Mohammed Amirudin from Singapore. You can tell he is now really well focused. They'll be coming up for the start right now. The Southeast Asian Games record is 10:17 by Suryo Agung Wibowo of Indonesia. That was in 2009 in Vientiane. And we will see whether or not any of these can get close to that kind of mark. Singapore, Gary Yeo, nearest to camera in 8. And they also have lane 3, Mohammed Amirudin Jamal. He will be looking for a big start here, and they are away. First time. Amirudin does well, but it looks like Jirapong is going well too. Jirapong Minrapa is one day, and Mohammed Amirudin really strong here. Amirudin does well out of lane 3, but it looks like the tie is celebrating. So Jirapong Minrapa at 10:48. It's a very good performance by him, and he comes out of lane 5 to take that certainly. Oh yes, look at him, he's really excited. That it's not close to the games record, but Thailand again continue with their dominance in the sprints, and he is a happy boy. Got a great start, I have to say. He powered away beautifully and got into his stride first, and we could see immediately 10.47. I thought it was 4.8, but 4.7 has been given it. Jirapong is the winner, another gold medal for Thailand. But we have to mention Mohammed Amirudin Jamal did a great job for Singapore. Just look at him, third from the top of the screen to the right of the screen. Look at him in the glasses, really powering away. Good fighting of those arms. Ooh, excellent work by Amirudin, I have to say. Look at him again. The Thai boy is away. Jirapong is away. Iswandi is close. But the Singapore attempt there to get close to the winning rostrum was very impressive. He's excited, isn't he? Mohammed Amirudin, though, has done us proud. No question at all. That bronze medal will be a superb return for his performances and his practice hitherto for Mohammed Amirudin. Although we're looking here at Jirapong Minrapa, I have to say, and you can see Dodo, look at him above the head. All the cheerleaders for Thailand, they know where to put the cameras, don't they, in order to get the maximum benefit. But it was a great performance by Jirapong. He really powered away. He's absolutely delighted. He's got great quality, and it's coming through with a time of 10.47. You have to say it was a smooth performance. There is confirmation then, the results of the 100 meters for men, and Jirapong from Thailand takes the gold. Iswandi of Indonesia the silver, and the bronze to Singapore's Mohammed Amirudin Jamal. It's a great thrill. Two of them are carrying the flags, and Mohammed Amirudin smartly in his tracksuit there. This is a big thrill for Singapore. They've got a sprint medal here in the Wunatekdi Stadium. There's the bronze. Big smile. He did a great job. Picked up a silver, of course, in the 4x100 meters as well. But we have a Thai representative making the presentations. And of course, that will be a very big thrill when he puts the gold medal around his compatriot's head. Iswandi takes the silver with a time of 10.51. Indonesia have had some great sprinters over the years. In fact, Wibowo, I mentioned earlier, is the record holder at 10.17. But Thailand will be very happy with that performance. The blue ribbon event in the sprints. So the women's 100 meters final then. And coming up in just a couple of moments, we'll see Veronica Shanti Pereira. She's in lane 7, 618 on her vest, and well, we'll see how well she can perform. She's got a lot of ambition to do well in this particular event, but she's going to be up against very impressive Vietnamese performer Thi Hong Wu, who got third in 2011. She'll be in lane 4. 11.73 was her start. May I introduce the participating athlete. We look out particularly for another Thai there, Niranok Klongdi. She'll be in lane 3. Here they are. There's lane 1 then. That is the Indonesian Luciana Satriani, around about 12. And in lane 2, we have Myanmar's Kay Kin Luen. And now Niranok, she was part of the quartet in the earlier 4x100 meters relay. Tessaporn is also going to be in there with a shout. Tessaporn won a kit. She is from Thailand in lane 5. There's Zaitatul from Malaysia. Zaitatul Uzna. And there's Veronica Shanti Pereira in lane 7. And in lane 8 is T Mok Tam. So the girls just psyching themselves up here, the huge explosive event. And certainly it's over very, very quickly. They've travelled a long way. They've worked very, very hard over many, many years in some occasions to get to this stage, and it could all be over so quickly. .226 as Luciana Satriani of Indonesia. But we are particularly looking out for lane 7, Veronica Shanti Pereira. There she is, just one away from the bottom. There's 145, Niranok Klomdi, one of the favourites for this one. It'll be a Vietnam and Thailand big battle, with Singapore hoping to come in there as well. The officials making sure everything is in order. There's Tessaporn Wanakit. They're all settling well here. The women's 100 metres final. Lane 7, Veronica Shanti. Oh, and there was a break, and I think that certainly was that the Vietnamese girl? I think it was Thi Hong Vu. Did she break? In which case she might be in a little bit of trouble here, or was it a technical problem? It looked like a whole bunch of them went early. Ah, there she did. She did break early, but if it is a technical problem, then if the gun is being held too long, and it looks like that green card suggests that it's no fault of the runners. Well, that's great. No fault of the runners, so that means that that was a technical problem there. So Shanti there at 618, second from the left. 522 is one of the favourites, no doubt. Thi Hong Vu, third in 2011 with 1173. And of course, we'll never forget Lydia De Vega still holds the record, 11.28, the oldest record in the Southeast Asian Games, set in 1987 in Jakarta. So Lydia De Vega is still the record holder. Last time out, Sarefi Unami was the winner, former Indonesia, 11.69. So they know what they've got to beat. 146 in shot there is Tessaporn Wanakit. She'll be in the frame, no doubt at all. So let's see if we can get underway this time. No fault of the runners. And again, they have to rebuild their concentration, get their focus back up, and get that explosion from the blocks. It's a tough call. Here we go. 100 metres, women's final. Oh, and there's another break. Oh my goodness, this is, well, you'd almost call it a disaster in the 100 metres for women. 2 false starts, and in fact it sounds and looks as if it is a problem with the gun. Absolutely. I mean, you saw who broke there. It was Kay Kin Luen, the Myanmar runner, in lane 2. She was the first to break, but again the gun was held up, and I got a feeling we're going to see another green card here. So big drama here at the start of the women's 100 metres. 2 false starts already, and it's all down to, I'm afraid, the mechanism. The gun is not coordinating properly with the timing system, and the girls are being very, very patient. I have to say, there's no one basically really looking that flustered. It's a very, very good discipline, and here we see one of the officials coming over to make sure that this time out we're going to get the start appropriately. Very, very difficult in the game. No good tapping your watch. It's not the fault of the runners, but we'll be underway in just a couple of moments, I'm sure. Nongnuk Sunrat was second in the 2011 games in Palembang with a 11.69. But T Hongvu, Neranuk, Tessapon, they're all definitely in the frame. And if Shanti, well, we'll see whether or not she's good enough to actually get all the way up into the medals. But she certainly will be fighting hard. Her reputation goes before her. Done a good job. Right, well, let's hope the runners do a better job than the starter here, because obviously he's had problems. Apologies to all of you at home that are waiting for the 100 meters. We can't do anything about it. Technical hitches. Right, well, I think we're hopefully ready to go now. There is the starter, all linked up with the timing mechanisms, and let's hope that we don't get another problem here. This is why all 8 runners are there at the moment. Luciana Satriani in 1, in 2 is Keikin Luen, in 3 is Neranuk, in 4 is T Hongvu, in 5 is Tessapon, 6 we have Zaitadul, 7 is our own Shanti Pereira, and in 8 is T Ngong Tam. Let's see if we can get away now. 100 meters women. And we are away at last. And the big fight there for T Hongvu is really, really going very, very strongly in lane 4. In 3 is Neranuk, Tessapon in 5. But just look at Shanti as well. Shanti comes through and takes 4th place overall. And that is a very, very good performance by the Singapore girl. Excellent work, but she's just outside the medals. That was a very, very impressive run by T Hongvu. She got 3rd in Palembang with 11.73. She's improved on that significantly. Not only has she done a better time, she's taken the gold medal. T Hongvu of Vietnam, 11.59 for her, and the 11.85 for Neranuk Klomdi from Thailand, and a Thai also in 3rd spot overall. Tessapon Wanankit takes the bronze medal. But a great performance by Shanti Pereira, 4th place overall. Let's have a look at it again. Watch the girl in lane 7, 2 away from us. She's got a really upright and driving those arms, and look at the legs pumping as well. She comes through strongly in the last couple of meters. Oh, and there dips as well, but Shanti Pereira does a really great job. We'll have a look at it once more. No doubt about the winner there, T Hongvu of Vietnam in lane 4. Just look at her. That's a very, very good style. Real high lift of the knees, and just look at that. Pushing, pumping, and didn't even have to dip at the line. She's really, really pleased with that. A gold medal after a bronze last time out. She takes the gold. Big smile, wonderful celebration for Vietnam, and they really love their athletics. Vietnam and Thailand particularly will be battling in every athletic event, no doubt at all. Let's have a look at the final scores then here. Vietnam take the gold, Thailand take the silver and the bronze, but I tell you what, Shanti Pereira did an absolutely brilliant job. 11.99, 4th place, just outside the medals, but a great effort all round. Welcome back to the athletic stadium, Muna Tekti Stadium in Naypyidaw. We've got now the 400 meters hurdles for men. And, well, you can see that there is no Singapore involvement in this one, but of course there's some significant interest in that these runners were also involved. 3 of them, particularly, were involved in Palembang, and we saw there the Vietnamese runner who will be in lane 4. Quang Dao took the title, took the gold medal. He ran it in 51.45. In second place was Narongdech Janchai of Thailand, and in third was Andrian of Indonesia. So we've got 3 of the medalists in this lineup here at the moment. In lane 5, Andrian will be looking to improve on his time of 51.70 last time out. 51.45 was the winning time by the Vietnamese boy Quang Dao, and 51.60 was Narodech Janchai. So Junri Bano and Mohammed Firdaus at 7 and 8. They're not reckoned to be amongst the favourites here. It'll be certainly the top 5 or 6 that we'll be looking at. So there's a Southeast Asian Games record of 49.76. That was a great effort. Getting below 50 seconds in this event is very impressive. And that was in Chiang Mai in 1995. I remember it well. We had a lot of fun up there in the north of Thailand. And it was a Thai that took that. Chanon Kian Chan was the record holder from 1995. Still to this day it stands. 18 years later it's still there as a record. I doubt that it's in danger here. So perfect weather for running. You can see beautiful conditions, and because of the stadium cover, of course, there's a lot of shade as well. So Mohammed Bahaki is in lane 1. Bahaki Razlan, his best time 52 seconds this year. In lane 2, Narodech Janchai, as I mentioned before, he was second in Palembang 2011. 51.60 was his time. Eric Sean Cray is in 3 for the Philippines. Not a lot known about him, but you never know. In lane 3 he's got a good view of everybody. And there the champion from 2011, Quang Dao, is Andrian. So the middle 3 lanes are the guys with the best times, and we'd expect them to feature. Vietnamese An Tu Nguyen in lane 6, and Junri Bano is out there in 7. Mohammed Firdaus Musa from Malaysia in 8. You can tell already they're a little bit more uptight than the sprinters, aren't they? The sprinters were very aggressive, giving all kinds of movements to the camera and threatening all kinds of things. Here there's a lot more focus on the distance, because with 400 meters hurdles you really have got to time it. The effort cannot be all out from the beginning. You've got to save a little bit at the end. So it will be very much a question of discipline around this 400 meter track. So nearest us we've got the Malaysian Mohammed Firdaus. So start is important, getting a good firm ambition in the race, but making sure you're not going to take that hurdle. It's not high hurdles, of course, but you still want to take them clean. We're ready for the 400 meters hurdles final for men. Mohamed Baki on the inside is away not too badly, but the first to rise there looks like it is Adrian. Eric Shawn is ready in attendance there as well. We are looking at lanes 3, 4 and 5 at the moment. In the middle, they're going so smoothly. Just look at the shoulders. There's no movement in the shoulders. It's all power at the moment. And good hurdling as well. And in the middle, 3, 4 and 5, Eric Shawn Cray, Adrian, and Chuang Dao, the winner from 2011. Now the power coming round that back bend, and now into the straight. And just look at this. This is a very, very impressive performance by Eric Shawn Cray. He is going really, really strongly. Adrian following up well, but look at that, 3:06. The Philippines is absolutely home and host. That's a very, very impressive performance. We didn't expect that. We thought we were going to see the medal winners from the previous games in 2011, but Eric Shawn Cray fires away beautifully down that back straight after coming off the bend so well. But what I was impressed with particularly was the fact he looked so relaxed. He was relaxed from the absolute off, and that of course is so important in this event. You've got to try to keep the body in control. If you go too fast, too hard, just look at him in lane 3 at the moment. We've now got the camera out on Adrian in 5 there. Look at him, he's the light-haired. But look at the smooth running there of Philippines' Eric Shawn Cray. He's third from the right. He's not overdoing anything. He's just keeping himself in control. Look at that. He's even at this moment, the 2/3 stage, and he's now decided this is when we open it up. This is when we put the foot on the accelerator. Just look at him go now. He's treating it like a 200 meters. So tactically, he's got it absolutely there, and he's obviously done enough work in his training to know that he can actually burn it out from there. This is a very, very impressive run by 3:06. Eric Shawn Cray. That is fantastic. 51:29 is his time. Wow, he took his time really up to 2/3, and then it was fire down. That was a super way to run a 400 meters hurdles. Excellent work. There's no danger of him tying up at all, was there? Took a little bit of a hiccup over the final hurdle, but just look at him go. It is superb running. He had a lot left in the tank at the end. There we go, left foot forward, and then getting into that power stride as soon as you possibly can. This is very, very impressive. Good work. Eric Shawn Cray is now the champion in the 400 men's hurdles here in Naypyidaw. There is confirmation then of the result. Philippines have taken the gold. That's a great gold. Adrian for Indonesia takes the silver, and Chuang Dao has to settle for the bronze medal after winning last time out in Palembang. Good work. The start list in front of us for the women's 400 meter hurdles, and the name that we're going to be looking out for particularly here is the number 7, lane 7, Singapore's flag bearer Dipna Prasad, and well, a lot was expected of her. She's got some big opposition here, of course, in Wasana Winato, who's got 10 gold medals already, but Dipna Prasad will be fighting, there's no doubt at all. Myanmar have entered Tin Zamo in lane 2, actually, we've only got 6 runners here. Panida is in 3, Panida Ratachan, and well, in lane 4, Thi Huen Yuen, and there's Wasana Winato. There she is, the heroine of Thai athletics. She's mentioned everywhere. When you mention Thailand and Southeast Asian Games, particular Asian Games as well, she's already featuring. So there's our heroine, Dipna Prasad. Good smile there. She's obviously feeling the pressure a little bit, but she's not showing it outwardly, that's for sure. It's a big moment for her. Flag bearer, and now a major event, the 400 meter hurdle for women. Of course, her brothers were also involved in track and field. And of course, she has a young man involved as well, Po, coming back, and under the coach Vasiliev, we know that she has worked really, really well. In fact, in 20th of October, in the Malaysian Open, she managed to get a national record, 60.36 for Dipna Prasad.
May I have your attention, please? Please be quiet for the study. Thank you.
继续အားပေးကြတဲ့ပရိသတ်များကာလခဏလေးချိန်လေးခိတ္တခဏငြိမ်းတဲ့အားပေးဖို့မြစ်တာရက်ခံပါတယ်ရှင်
So there's a little bit of delay again because of the starter problems, and it's really so very annoying, and it doesn't matter what coaching, what training you've been doing. It's so difficult when you have to basically look and repeat, get focused once again. 151 is the Thai Panida Ratanachan, but there's Dipna Prasad, the national record of Singapore, 60.36. So anything approaching that, and she can consider it a success. So they're ready to roll. In lane 2, Tinzamo. In 3 is Panida. In 4 is Thi Huen. 5 is Wasana. Oh my goodness, this is really disappointing. It's happening to the women. It's no wonder we see the head going back there, because it is so disappointing. Yeah, Dipna, of course, we've got she is a sports science and management undergraduate at the Nanyang Technical University, and of course Poseng Song as well as the boyfriend. We know that he came to this event basically after giving up for a while, has got involved in his exploits in the air, flying of course, and now we'll be hoping that Dipna can fly as well, because although she made her bow at the 2011 Games, Poseng Song had a 3-year out of the sport, but he's been interested to come back, and of course when he's got an athlete as a girlfriend, and not only that, a very good performer as well, it's obviously very tempting to think that you can do it as well as before. He was one of the fastest runners that we had. Right, third time and we're away. And immediately we get Dipna Prasad doing well on the outside. Who's first to rise? Well, in fact, in the centre, it was Wasana Winato who did well. But just look at Tilan Kwachko at the moment. Look at her in the yellow, second from left. She's already overtaken Dipna Prasad, and she is going so fast. She might live to regret this, but this is a very impressive performance by the Vietnamese girl, Tilan Kwach. Wow, just look at her go. She is now 4, 5, 6 meters ahead of anybody else. There's only 3 runners in it at the moment. It's Tilan Kwach followed by Wasana, and then Dipna Prasad is not giving up on it. But the girl at the moment in the picture, right in the center, Tilan Kwach, and she is now tying up a little bit, coming down the final straight here. And Wasana Winato's got a chance over the final hurdle there, and Wasano's still got a chance there. Just look at the way that Tilan Kwach is tying up, and on the line, a dip. And unfortunately, Tilan Kwach had used everything in the tank, and she's running on empty the last couple of meters. Wasana Winato took advantage of that, picks up her 11th gold medal altogether. She was second in 2011, and now comes back to take the gold medal for Thailand in this 400 meters hurdles for women. Just look at them. They are absolutely exhausted. We've already got Tilan Kwach on the ground. Let's have a look at it once again. And although you'd say that she went out a bit fast, now in hindsight we can say that, but at the time it looked like it was a really good start there for Lang Kwach. There's only 3 runners in this, isn't there? Well, a little bit of a mistake there over that third hurdle by Wasana. But again, Dipna Limprasad going well. Very, very controlled run this. It's very important you stay within your limitations. There was no stretching. She knew exactly what she had to do. Coming round the final bend now, and already you can see Teelan Kwach is absolutely going through a sea of treacle as far as this final 100 meters is concerned. She is struggling big time. One famous commentator called it a sea of lactic acid, but that's exactly what she's picked up now. She went off too quick, and look at her, she's falling now. No, she can feel that Wasana's coming up on her shoulder, and in the end Wasana takes it. But well, you have to feel sorry for Teelan Kwach, but again, tactics is everything, aren't they? It's a long way round one lap of the track. 1 lap of the track, 400 meters. It seems so easy, but you are sprinting most of the time. It's absolutely fantastic watching this particular effort. But Teelan Kwach thought she'd got it. She just wanted that line to come there, but Wasana Wenato comes up and just takes it and then collapses as well. Dipna Limprasad is the one that finishes the freshest. She comes in 3rd place, and it's a great effort by her, and it's a new national record for Dipna Limprasad, 59.96. And again we repeat that final moment of great drama and theatre inside the Wuna Tekti Stadium. There is the actual distance there, it was nothing, but it was a fall, wasn't it, in the end? Wow. We've got 2 taking the stretcher up, Wasana Wenato and Teelan Kwach, being treated at the moment for exhaustion at the end of the 400 meters hurdles for women. Absolutely stunning. 11 gold medals in her athletic career for SEA Games. Great work by the champion, and there is confirmation now. Wasana Wenato has taken the gold, 58.85. The silver medal is Teelan Kwach of Vietnam, 58.93, and Singapore's Dipna Limprasad takes a brilliant 59.96 and a new national record for Singapore.
Number 408, Amirudin from Malaysia.
Back at the Wuna Tekti Stadium, it's the men's 800 meters final, and well, again, no Singapore performer in this, but there's still some interest because we've got Vietnam and the Philippines, in fact, represented from last time out. Van Thai Dong of Vietnam took the gold medal in Palembang, and Mervin Guate of the Philippines took the silver. So they are actually here. 210 is
Thailand. Thank you.
Yotin, Prajan, and certainly Muhammad Jironi Ridwan will be expected to do well for Malaysia. Together with Guate and Van Dai Duong, I've already mentioned them. Yotin as well of Thailand. It's going to be a really interesting battle. There's 2 laps of the track. And again, tactics really comes into play here. They will get into their rhythm pretty early on. And again, we've got a problem with the gun. This really is very disappointing. They build themselves up, ready to roll. And again, there's the green card that says, it's not your fault, boys, we're having problems with the machinery. last thing you want is to build up, get that adrenaline really pumping, and then be relaxed and released.
Please be quiet for the study. Thank you.
So we've got a couple of Myanmar runners in this. We've got one Laotian as well, Hakti, 7:01. We've also got Cambodian, Samon King. Got a couple of runners in the outside lanes. You probably noticed that. Oh dear, this is really so disappointing. And they go again because the gun has either misfired, not fired, or needs to be fired. Sacked, I mean. Very difficult. So again, out comes, he's the busiest boy in the whole stadium, the guy carrying the green card. We'll look out particularly for the Philippine Mervyn Guate. 9:10 was Samon King. Try to identify a few here. And I said before, there's a couple of runners already in the outside lanes. So we are anticipating a start soon of the 800 meters men's final here in Naypyidaw. 1:05 is Yotin Yaprajan. And we're away at last. So they will run the first part of this race in lanes. They will break as soon as they've gone around a couple hundred meters. And already we see the Philippines, Mervyn Guate doing really well. 3:03 is Guate in the blue top. 1:05 is Yotin. He's also in blue. Coming up on the outside a little bit is Sitipon Sungtong in second place at the moment. 2 laps of the track. They're going at a reasonable pace without burning things up around this back bend. Coming into the straight now, and it's the same as we saw earlier. Yotin Yaprajan is in the lead at the moment. Sitipon Sungtong right there as well, together with Mervyn Guate, back in 5th place at the moment, and just making a move as they've taken the bell. Bunching up a little bit now. Right now we see Kesavan Maniam from Malaysia just making a little move. On the outside we see Mervyn Guate. There he is, 3:03. Right in the centre at the moment is still Yotin Yaprajan. Yaprajan is going well, but being forced by Mervyn Guate to make a move. Look at those arms pumping. Outside Mervyn Guate. He was second last time out in Palembang. But now, coming up on the outside, this is a really impressive performance by Van Thuy Dong. And look at him go. Van Thuy Dong. Wow, this is going to be all fight for the line. There's a little bit of pain here. Could we see a surprise? Mohamed Jironi's coming strong. And just look at him go. Oh, wow, that is fantastic. Mohamed Jironi Ridwan of Malaysia has taken it in the last 50 meters. And Van Thuy Dong, who looked as if he had it all in the bag, he won it last time out. He'd obviously mistimed it because he ran out of gas. Mervyn Guate the same. But that is a really impressive performance. Time to perfection by Mohamed Jironi Ridwan of the Malaysia. Just look at that. He is so emotional. Wow. He can't believe it. Absolutely delighted with that. He came from nowhere. I didn't anticipate it, but look at this. What a performance. Where is he? You can't see him. 4:08, just coming on the outside now. He's overtaking Guate right now. And just look at the power. But the big problem was for Van Thuy Dong. He'd started tying up. He's gone right there. 20 meters to go. And Mohamed Jironi can't believe his luck. Just look at him go. And in fact, not only did Van Thuy Dong lose out on the gold medal, Mervyn Guate from Philippines came up and passed him on the line as well. Just look at this. It's Van Thuy Dong just going into the straight and then suddenly ran out of power and pace. The legs went, look at it, he's absolutely out for the count. Wow. And the surprised look of Mohamed Jironi at the end there tells the story. Just look at him, looks around, he said, I've done it, I can't believe it. I've got a gold for Malaysia. Wow. That is a very, very impressive performance. It's no wonder he's kneeling in a bit of gratitude there. It was a bit of a gift from Van Tai Drong, but no taking it away from Mohamed Jironi. He has taken the gold. Guati gets the silver for the second time in a row. And Van Tai Drong moves from gold medal position back to bronze after blowing up.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention please?
Well, that really was a very, very impressive performance by the Malaysian. And now we've got 2 Myanmar runners and 2 Vietnamese runners in the 800 metres women's final. There's the start list. I've no doubt at all that the Myanmar runners are probably in there to make up the numbers. It's a disappointing number in the race, that's for sure. But the record for this, 2 minutes 2 seconds 0.39, and that was by Vietnam's Hang Trong Tan. And in fact, she had a fantastic career in the 800, in fact won the 800 and the 1500 in Palembang in 2011, and she holds the record from Nakhon Ratchasima from 2007. So Hang Trong Tan now handing over to the Vietnamese duo. Thi Dao Do was second in 2011, so she will certainly be favourite for this one. Anything just above 2 minutes will be very acceptable. And again, it's not that hot inside the stadium. The sun is obviously shining, but there's a bit of a breeze as well, and when you're in the shade it's can be quite cool. So great conditions for running, a little bit of middle distance running as well. So we'll be underway in just a couple of moments with the women's 800 metres final. And there is in lane 2 Yin Yin Kin from Myanmar. In 3 is 527 Thi Dao Do, and certainly will be one of the favourites for this. And the other Myanmar runner, Sui Lim Myint, the compatriot of Thao Do, is Thi Li Vu.
Thank you.
So just 4 competitors in this one, and again they have a couple of 100 metres, well 150 metres in the sun and the rest of it in the shade. Let's just hope that the gun works and behaves itself right now. I'm waiting for a high jumper to execute, and did a really good jump over there. The Fosbury flop did its job. So we'll go to the marks in just a couple of moments. 2 laps of the track, 800 metres. The introduction's still going on at the moment, you can tell. Yin Yin Kin, Thi Dao Do, Sui Lim Myint and Thi Li Vu. It's taking quite a long time to get this one underway. It's going to be a little bit of an anticlimax, I feel, at the end, but we'll see. Vietnam are certainly favourites to take the first 2 places here. 800 metres, 2 laps of the track, and can you believe it? The gun has misfired again. Where's the green card? Here it is. Well, this is a little bit embarrassing, I have to say. We've had a very, very good games. There's no doubt at all about that. We've had some wonderful wonderful competition, and we've seen some great performances, but this is one of the highlight shows, of course, inside the track and field stadium, and the last thing you want is a misfiring gun. Just in case you missed it earlier, we've had some really good successes actually on the track. And in fact, Dipna Prasad, the flag carrier, managed to get a bronze medal. She was third in a very, very impressive 400 meters hurdles. And the men's version of that, we didn't have anyone competing, but we did have a bronze medal with Mohammed Amirudin in the 100 meters men's event. So another medal there on the track, which is very, very impressive. Gary Yeo managed fifth in that 100 meters for men. Although he got second last time out in Palembang, he dropped back. His time was 10.70 as opposed to 10.46 in Palembang, so he's dropped back off the pace a little bit. I'm filling time, as you can probably gather, because we are having problems with the gun. Let's see it. Oh, now we're away. That's good. Okay. The 800 meters for women. 4 competitors. Vietnam, Myanmar, Myanmar. And the Myanmar girl goes off from lane 2 quite casually, I have to say. But already you can feel that there is intent from T Tao Do, already taking up a very good position. She's got a smooth action, nice strong arms, great knee lift, and a very, very smooth. Look at the difference between 1 and 2 at the moment. There's no doubt that Yin Keen has a very, very different running style. More loping and certainly is not as efficient as Chi Tao Do, who takes the lead. Good, easy, rhythmic action there by the Vietnamese girls. In fact, both of them have got a similar style. They run very easily. I'm surprised to see Thi Le Vo quite so far back at the moment. I'd have expected her to come. Now 5.26 on her back. She's in third place at the moment. But some real aggressive running by Yin Keen at the moment. Although she's looking ungainly, she's still doing the business. And now we'll see whether or not Thi Le Vo can come. There's no doubt at all about the winner here. Thi Tao Do, second last time out, is going to be a gold medalist here. Now at last we see the Vietnamese girl come through, Thi Le Vo. And she's just going round, starting the approach bend at the last. And here Thi Tao Do is in total control. Will we see a sprint down the final straight? She's certainly building up. There's the Asian Games record, 1:55.54. Games record of 2:02.59. And that was by Hang Trong Tan. And already she is so far ahead. Thi Tao Do will take the gold medal for the women's 800 meters for Vietnam, and second place Vietnam as well. Thi Le Vo. In third place was Sui Li Mient. So although all that hard work by Yin Keen, and Yin Keen did a lot of really good work there, but I have to say that eventually she ran out of puff. So Thi Tao Do, the winner, gold medal. She goes with her silver medal from last time out, with just the last few meters, the last 100 meters from here. It's a very, very stylish run, this, isn't it? Just look at her. She's just tying up a little bit of extra shoulder movement there, but yeah, very efficient run and a good, very good finish from that. Very, very strong run. So there you can see a win, and is that a smile? I think it is. Yeah, certainly the raising of the left arm there is the victory raise, and there is the the flag for Vietnam. They're happy with that. Good performance then. Vietnam with gold and silver. Myanmar Sui Li Miet.
Will be in few moments. Thank you.
Right, well, we're going to go now to some hockey. We're going to join Paul Macefield for the Singapore versus Cambodia clash.
Well, the women's hockey, they do need to bounce back, Singapore, after a disappointment yesterday against Malaysia, but an early start and an early goal. Nice finish from Jana Lim, just getting in there. Cambodia going down by a world record score of 36-0 to Malaysia just the other day, but Singapore really were pushing forwards and looking very, very strong and good in this one. Nice little block, drilled home and just poked in to the back of the net. Eunice Tan it was who got there. Nice little finish from her. Singapore leading by 3-0. So Singapore on the attack yet again. Cambodia dropping all off, and it's a simple goal. Rosanna Sanip it was that just got in there and gave Singapore more than a big enough advantage for them to take all 3 points in this one. Another penalty corner. Nicely set up and nicely teed up. Little reverse scoop back in. Simple tap in. Eunice Teng yet again. That's her second of this match. Looking in very, very good form, Singapore. As mentioned, after losing to Malaysia 8-1, they are one of the stronger nations here, along with Thailand. A little bit of a mistake on that occasion. Emily Chan just couldn't control that, so a chance for Cambodia to come out, but good work. Free hit not given, play allowed to continue. Rosanna Sanip plays it in. Cool and as calm as you like. That's 6-0. Edith Chen on the end of that one. Well, this scoreline and this opportunity really is going to give them the chance to go through and play for a bronze medal match. 6-0 is the scoreline. There's 7. Chua Sin Ni it was, who made absolutely no mistake. Just a couple of moments to go before half-time. Really strong performance from the girls in red. Another penalty corner. Easy as you like. That's how it's turned out. That was right on the buzzer as well. Chua Sin Ni making absolutely no mistake, and meaning that Singapore can regain a little bit of that pride that they lost out to Malaysia the day before. Throughout the second half, Singapore were strong, well worked on that occasion. We'll say Aisyah making no mistake, and Singapore know that after a 2-1 victory against Indonesia a little bit earlier on in this competition, they defeated Myanmar 2-1. They've won today 16-0. That's going to leave them in 3rd place with a nice little points tally. Give them 9 points. It looks as though they will be playing for the bronze medal, because Thailand have been very strong in this game, no question about that, although they did draw with Myanmar, so you never know. It could be a gold medal match for Singapore. Zanasane makes it 11 from the penalty spot. So a lot is going to depend on the final group games tomorrow. Singapore taking on Thailand, and if they were to defeat them, it is now in their hands to go and play for the gold medal, which would be a remarkable achievement for the girls. And you consider that they train 3 times a week. They are trying to add the professionalism into the sport. And of course, in the 2013 Asian Challenge, they won the bronze medal. It was the first women's Asian Challenge, as the goals just flew in. Jana Lim scoring yet again to make it 13. Another penalty corner. A nice stop and set. And that's a really, really well worked penalty corner there. Make it 14-0. Hui Ling Ho making absolutely no mistake. And then as the game ticked by, again, good work coming in and around off that baseline and just using the angles to deflect the ball into the goal. Nur Sabrina got her second of this encounter. With just a couple of moments to go, it finally was 16. Again, the set plays working incredibly well, but it's Singapore that lead this one and won this one by 16-0. A chance to go for a medal.
Well, now, table tennis. This is interesting, isn't it? We've got the first day of competition for Singapore's ambitions to take probably a clean sweep of all the table tennis golds up for grabs. And I have to say, this one at the Wunatekti Indoor Stadium, it's the team event. Of course, it wasn't 4-4 in the Palembang Games, but it's back now here in Myanmar. So the team event is underway. This is the women's event, and in fact we've just had Yu Meng Yu of Singapore played in the first match-up, and we call it a tie, I suppose, because we've got the best of 5 matches potentially, and if one team wins the first 3, then we stop playing. But Yu Meng Yu played Novita Octavi of Indonesia in the first match, and in fact lost the first game. Can you believe that? 11-7 she lost the first, but then got it back together again, took the next one 11-9, then 13-11 and 11-2. So it was a very, very interesting match, to say the least, for Yu Meng Yu, losing 1 game to Novita. But she still took it 3-1, so we're in the lead at the moment by 1-0 in this tie. And it's Isabel Lee who's representing Singapore, and she's up against Stella P from Indonesia. So Isabel C and Stella PP on the graphic there, you can see. So we will be underway in just a couple of moments, but there's no doubt that the power play of Isabel Lee is very impressive. She blocks well, and from what I've seen, Stella has some kind of habit of also defending well, so she's a bit of a chopper. We'll see. She mixes it up as well. Stella, and with her back to camera at the moment, we will be underway in just a couple of moments. But this is the first day of competition for the women. The men already have started out well and got 2 wins under their belt. So this is a very important start for Singapore. They're playing in what is known as Group X. In Group X, we've got Singapore, Malaysia and Indonesia. In Group Y will be Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar and Laos. So Singapore obviously expected to do well in this competition by reputation and by certainly their track record. You'd expect them to be very switched on and certainly to be successful in these round robin earlier group matches. So we're ready to roll, and Isabel Lee is with the ball. She's just passed it back to the umpire. We will have it coming back to her. There you go. And we are now underway. So the second match up, Yu Mingyu took the first match. Isabel Lee underway now. And as I mentioned before, it looks like Stella is a defender, a chopper, and that doesn't work very well. So not a great deal of things happening at the moment. There's certainly no spark. I'm not sure that the scoreboard really understands. That one went long and it was given to the Indonesian. And that one is definitely long. That should come on to Singapore's side for 2-1. But well, we'll see whether the graphic... No, it's gone the other way. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, good work. Immediately, it's Isabel Lee who takes the point there. It's 2-all, and she really does love to play the defensive role. The Koreans have found some defenders over the years, of course, but Singapore looks like with Isabel, they've got an absolute cracker here. It's 4-2 in favour of Singapore at the moment, and it's all down to defender versus attacker. And I have to say that it's all going very nicely at the minute for Singapore. There's a lot of change on that spin, isn't there? Just look at the way, well, in fact, that's very good from Stella. She put a bit of pressure on, forced the error on the backhand side. She's got the service now at 3-5. This is very impressive. Great defense, Wow, and that is absolutely brilliant defence by Isabel Lee. Stella P puts it into the net and is really, really annoyed with herself for that. Wow, that was a really good rally for Singapore. It gives them a lot of confidence. Great retrieving from Isabel Lee. It's exciting to watch a defender play so well. And the chop this time comes unstuck. 6-4. Backhand service for Isabel. Oh, that's great. Shaped up to play it down the line and then really got the left shoulder around and came straight across the table beautifully into the left pocket. That's 7-4. No, well, a change of pace there. Tried to come onto the immediate attack rather than defend it. Just came a little bit unstuck there. Well, we've got a question mark on the score at the moment. Yeah, that's right. 5-7. And it is Stella to serve. A little bit too long again, and that's happened several times now with Isabel Lee. She's just not quite controlled the backhand as well as the chopping forehand. 6-7. Good work from Stella to come back into this. It's the opening game. Singapore took the first with Yu Meng Yu in this team event. Well, she tried to take the ball early then, did Stella, and it didn't work. It was beautifully weighted from Isabel. She made that really spin, and of course the consequence, it went into the net from the Indonesian. It's 8-6. And it was just missed out, so it's 8-7. There's a lot of cat and mouse in the way that Isabel Lee plays, of course. It's not aggressive, it's just controlled defense. And again, that forehand lets her down this time. But good on Stella because she kept the pressure on. Accuracy was there. 8-all. Well, this is a really tight opening game in this second singles. Oh, and she's missed the forehand, and that will be really could be very expensive. Isabel Lee now at 8-9. It's all about focus, keeping the concentration towards the end of each game. Oh, and that's another good backhand chop there from Isabel Lee, and that makes it game point in favour of the Singapore girls. She's got 10-8 and the service. Game point, Singapore. And that is it. It's gone off the back of the table, and Isabel Lee's taken the first by 11 points to 8. And that's a very impressive finish, although there was a lot of mixed reaction. I'm sure the coach will have a few words to say, because although Isabel's style is very much defensive. Okay, and that was a little rerun of a few of the points here, 1-all, and she's missed the table a couple of times there when she comes to aggressive. You've got to turn it from defence into attack as quickly as possible, and there's no doubt the youngster is definitely learning how to do that. And this is extraordinary, isn't it? Chasing down, big one, and that one into the net, and she will be so disappointed with that big smile from Stella P. But inside, she must have been really hurting. Look at that. What a great retrieve before. That was another point later on. 6-4, you can see on the scoreboard there. But again, she's not afraid to turn defence into attack. It was even Stevens at 8-all, and then Isabel Lee picked up the final 3 points to make it 11-8 in the first. So Singapore looking good in these opening exchanges in the team event. Group X. So setting herself up for the backhand service, Isabel Lee in service. And again, just a little bit too strong from Stella. Disappointed to give that point up so easily. Difficult to know how to play this chop player. Yep, good work out wide onto the forehand side, and Isabel could not control that. Lots of forehand tops, but unfortunately it was no good there for the Indonesian girl. There's a lot of variety in Isabel Lee's play. She just doesn't give it the heavy chop all the time. There's a lot of variety. Sometimes it comes off with not as much spin. It's very difficult to read. Yeah, both girls getting into their stride now, but that was long from Isabel, so a little reprieve there. And actually, I'm quite impressed with the way Stella P is conducting herself. She's certainly not blown over by the reputation of Isabel Lee. Two all in the second. Oh, that's great. That is very impressive. You think that you've got her really covered, and then Isabel plays, well, she comes forward to the net and plays a cracking forehand topspin with power. 3-2. And that was gone off the net and away for 4-2. 2-4 now. Stella, who's trying to play the variety here, but then when she shapes up and plays that forehand again, it's too long. But trying to upset the balance and the confidence of Isabel Lee, it's very, very difficult to do that. Stella P at 2-5 now. This is tempting, isn't it? Tempting fate, and that's gone. It's 3-5. Not afraid to try some topspin as well from the lob. 5-3. Oh yeah, that's great. It's a really good service. Not a great return from Stella, but the third ball there was beautiful. Just watch the change of the bat, taking it off the black side, and then the forehand was perfect. And again, a good service, a little bit more length on that, an extra bit of spin, top spin as well. 3-7 now. Two good services from Isabel Lee. Reaps its reward. Yeah, good attack. Nice attack there from the Indonesian girl. She, again, keeping the variety and keeping the pace on that, and that one really gave Isabel a few problems there on the forehand side. 4-7. Oh, well, it's the right idea, wrong execution, but good idea there. And another point for Stella. 7-5. This is a good game, actually. It was actually pretty close in the first, wasn't it? 8-all at one stage before 11-8 for Isabel. But this is shaping up to be another close one. The two youngsters really battling well. A bit more chess about this, isn't there? It's not all real power play that you see in many table tennis events. There's a lot of thought going behind this. It's 8-5. See the sideways movement there on the ball from Isabel just prior to that mistake. 6-8. Good concentration here. We can see the sweat on the brow. It really is heating up here. It's not just the temperature around Naypyidaw. It's definitely on the table as well. It's really difficult for these girls because they are concentrating so well. It's 6-9. Good sweeping undercut there from Isabel. Oh yeah, nice work. Straight to the net. Quick hands, quick feet. Good shot, Stella. It will be 9-7. Oh, and that's a real mistake there from Stella Peachy. Oh, I don't know what she was trying to do there, to be honest. It went to the backhand and she just flicked at it. It went far too long. It's now 3 game points to Isabel Lee in the second. And that's a really good shot. It took the length of the table, went down to the line and then just cut away. So there was no height there on the bounce for Isabel to play with. She stuck it to net, so it's 8-10. Still 2 game points. Yeah, another good flashing cross-table drive there from the Indonesian. Reached well, powered well, and caught her opponent by surprise. 9-10. Good fight back here, 2 in a row. She needs another one to level it. And she's got it from the service. Wow. 10-all. Isabel Lee surprised by that. She had 3 game points. Has given them all up now. But the saving grace is she's got a serve here to try and get ahead. And that'll obviously be alternate serves. But the first one goes to the Singapore girl. Backhand again, same as before. And that little bit of patience there pays off. It's 11 points to 10, Isabel Lee. She celebrates it well because, well, she's been under a little bit of pressure, but she's got the game point here and her youth, but her experience is beginning to show. 10-11. Stella with the serve. Important serve, this. Great control from under the table, and that one goes onto her own side of the net from Stella, and that is 12-10 to Singapore in the second, so 2 games to 0 in favour of Singapore, having taken the first match up in this tie. Yu Mengyu won it 3-1 against Novita, and we're looking very, very solid, Singapore, for completion of the first 2 singles. We've got a 2-0 lead, but Isabel Lee's been pushed, I have to say. Came off the net there. We're just having a look, a little review, slow-mo review of some of the action. You can see the scoreboard in the background there, so you know exactly what stage we're at in the game. 5-3, and that's a really good power into the body there from Isabel. But it's really impressive to see Stella being very competitive, and the most important thing is she got from 7-10 down to come back to level things at 10-all. Way back off the table there was Isabel. And again, not very controlled there. I think she can play better than this, and I think she knows that. There was the 10-all miss, and there 11-10, and then out of the second game, 12-10. So one more required by Isabel Lee. This is the team event, the best of 5. We play 2 singles, and then, depending on the result of the doubles, we continue on after that. But well, Singapore won't want to be going into a 4th game. That's for a 4th matchup. Here we go. Stella with the service then. Game 3. Wow. Right off the edge of the bat there. Love one. Again, it's a beautifully inside-out shot. It's a very, very difficult thing to read. Lots of action on the ball there. Came from right to left, and then a lot of underspin. Yeah, well played, Stella. Gets on the board in game 3. It's 2-1. Continuing with that backhand service. Medium-high ball toss, it touches the net, so we'll get a reserve. And again it does enough, doesn't it? There's lots of action on the ball. Very difficult for the opponent to spot it. And when you try to get a big power flick on, that's what happens. It goes wide. 1-3. Mistake there by Isabel for 2-3. Of kidology going on here. Really good performance there by Stella. Again, she fights back to level things at 3-all. She's certainly not intimidated by the reputation of her opponent. Oh dear. Off the edge of the table. That puts the Indonesian in the lead, 3-4. Oh, and she turns away in huge disappointment there, because that's levelled things at 4-all. She had half a chance, tried to hit it too hard. Should have had a little bit more topspin on that to draw the ball down. Both players there trying some top spins as well, but then ultimately the patience runs out from Stella and she makes a mess of that. So 2 in a row to Isabel. 4-5. And the Singapore youngsters, you know, having a really good first day of competition here. This is a worthy opponent. Yeah, great shot. That's a super shot from Stella P. Immediately quick hands onto that forehand and get it cross table into the corner. Good work. Oh. 6-4. And another error on the play there for 7-4. It's going to be a timeout here. Well, we're in the 3rd game, of course, and the timeout called by the Indonesian bench. That makes sense, doesn't it? You don't want to get it out of control here. 3 points the difference. And whatever word of advice she might have is one thing, but certainly the break of the concentration of Isabel Lee is possibly even more important, trying to break the momentum that she's just built up. Fascinating though, seeing the defensive play of Isabel Lee, and we don't see it too often these days. It's, a lot of people are saying that this is to be treasured in this form of table tennis. You get one good defensive player in a generation. Isabel is certainly learning a lot as she goes along. Here we have now 7-4 the score in the third after the timeout. Well, that's an error. She had plenty of chance to look at it. Made a mistake on the forehand. 5-7. And again, this time a little bit stronger into the body from Stella, and again Isabel Lee fails to get it back. She's definitely within her comfort zone there, so two unforced errors, you have to say. 6-7. And immediately she picks up the point from an error from her opponent. 8-6. You see that attacking forehand time and time again from Stella, but she misses that. Initially, the play down into the forehand corner of Isabel is good a couple of times, and then she tries to change direction and she misses. It's 9-6. Oh dear, that was an error. She had it there, it would sat up and begged to be hit, and then it came off the net and went out of play. So 7-9, she could have had match point right there, but it hasn't occurred right yet. Stella now with the serve, 7-9. And that is 8-9 now. Another big error from Isabel Lee. So 8-9, is it going to be leveled up at 9-all? Yes it is. That's a very, very good fight back again. We saw it in the second game, we've now seen it in the third. So after the timeout at 7-4, Stella P for Indonesia has done really well here. It's 9-all. Isabel Lee in service. And then comes on the attack. And then it does well. She's made a name out of defence, but the moment she gets on the attack, she keeps that and takes it now to match point. It's 10-9 in favour of Isabel Lee of Singapore. This for the second point of this match in terms of Singapore having taken the first one with Menu, and that's it. That's shake hands time. It's 11 points to 9, and Isabel Lee has taken the second match. So Singapore leading by 2 matches to 0 as we have a look now at the slow-mo action throughout that third game. At 7-4 it was a timeout called, so that was really good for Stella. So that timeout certainly worked. And then she missed that one. And again, that really peculiar undercut shot there. And that is an error. It went down to the wire. It was 11-8, 12-10 and 11-9 in the end in favour of Singapore's Isabel Lee. There's the final shots coming up there to 9-all. We remember that one. And then 2 services from Lee. Does the business. And she celebrates this one. And this is the final point of the match coming up right now. And it's a mistake. It's gone long. And Indonesia lose it. Isabel Lee takes it. So we'll take a little break and we'll join the doubles in just a couple of moments. In the meantime, see you in a while. So we're back now with the third matchup, Singapore women team event versus Indonesia. Having taken the first two matches, Yu Meng Yu was victorious over Navita Octavia, and that was 11-7, 9-11, a game against Yu Meng Yu, which is very surprising, 13-11 and 11-2. So that was a good score in the first singles. Singapore one up, and then the second singles we've just observed Isabel Lee beating Stella P by 11-8, 12-10 and 11-9. We've got Isabel back on court now, back at the table with Navita, who recently played Yu Meng Yu. So 6-0-8 is Zhou Yihan, and Isabel Lee is obviously going to be her partner. We have the Indonesian pair of Navita Ottari and Wijay Wuliansa. The short-haired girl is Navita on the right, facing us, in the red and dark blue tops. So we will be underway in just a couple of moments. The officials need to clear and clean the table, and we'll be into the warm-up in just a couple of moments. But this certainly will be favouring Singapore, I would think. Zhou Yihan will, well, she will certainly be expected to make a big contribution here. Isabel Lee, the chopper, and Zhou Yihan loves to attack. So different styles, but they certainly will, I'm sure, team up well, dovetail well, and hopefully for Singapore we'll come home with a win here. Be a huge surprise if they don't against Indonesia, I can tell you. Let's see a ball and let's see some action at the Wuna Tekti Indoor Stadium, right next to the major outdoor stadium where the athletics was and where the opening ceremony was. So it's all in a major complex around here, and well, I have to say it's been a very, very impressive 27th game so far. We've had some wonderful opportunities to see a brand new town, a brand new city in the making, and I've no doubt we've seen a few of the participants as well getting to look around some of the landmarks, including the pagoda today. I had a look at it. It was an absolutely magnificent building, and of course the Parliament building as well. If you haven't actually had a chance to come to this neck of the woods, and I don't suppose there are too many Singaporeans have come this far up into Myanmar anyway, but it really is spectacular. It's something like a 20-lane highway outside the Parliament building. It looks like a city in itself. It's quite extraordinary. So the officials are getting all the notes ready, and we have to bear with them, I'm afraid. Otherwise we won't get our play. But Singapore certainly have got a reputation for being the best in Southeast Asia, and it's no wonder, because at one stage in 2010 I went out to 2010 in Moscow, and of course was witness to the most extraordinary team event when Singapore upset the Chinese. A really amazing achievement. I got a bit emotional that day, and make no apologies for it. It was quite stunning. So now, of course, having taken the first two singles matches, Navita on the left with the ball at the moment, I think, has lost to Yu Meng Yu 3-1. Isabel Lee just having a good smile there, having taken the call. She beat Stella P. So with that 2-love advantage, if they win this, they win the match, win the tie, I should say, and then pick up the big points in Group X. Group X has Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. Group Y has Thailand, Vietnam, Myanmar and Laos. So 4 teams in Y, 3 teams in X. Well, we will be expecting, I guess, a victory here. Isabel Lee just stretching again. She's just come off court, so off table. So with that 11-8, 12-10, 11-9 victory, she will probably just be stiffening up a bit and anxious to get underway again. But hooray, we've got a ball. We can get some action. So a little bit of warm-up on the forehand side to start with, and with Chiao Wuliansa playing with Zhou Yihan. Of course, the alternate play here, it takes a lot of great coordinated practice. It's not automatic that a great singles player makes a good doubles player, that's for sure. So with Isabel Lee's style of play, defensive, I think it would coordinate very well with her partner right at this moment. The number of hours that these exponents have at the table is quite frightening. And of course, everything is now copying and tuned in to the style of the Chinese, because they have been rolling out champions for many, many years now, decades almost, both men and women. They just find a conveyor belt of champions that keep coming time and time again. So their methods are certainly being copied. And a lot of their coaches have come around the world as well. A lot of their ex-players have gone to other countries in order to keep competition really alive. Singapore being the beneficiary, of course. And we will be getting underway in a minute, I promise you. It's been a long time since we came back from the CB, but I promise you we're going to get into the match in just a couple of moments. The turn of Isabel Lee to just have a little warm-up, and now all 4 of them just having a hit. Zhou Yihan, just she's more the double specialist, of course, and getting just a little jumpy. Now it's all been sorted. Wuliansa and Okhtari for Indonesia. Well, thank you for your patience. We will now be underway with the 3rd and hopefully final match of this Group X encounter, Singapore versus Indonesia, with Wuliansa and Navita Okhtari against Zhou Yihan and Isabel Lee. Here we go. Isabel with the serve. Oh dear, an air shot immediately. That won't do Navita's confidence any good. You don't want to miss the ball. And another error, and that's a poor start from the Indonesians. Singapore didn't have to do much for those 2 points. Widya has the serve. Oh dear, now 3 bad shots, and at the start of the match you really don't want that. You want to settle in early. You don't want to compromise your chances by putting 3 into the net like that. It's 3-0, and there's another one long from Navita. Nervous start from Indonesia. 4-love. Zhou Yihan. And another one from the serve. Let's give credit to the service then, but it was 3 errors in a row from Navita. 5-0. And another ball, a ball has come from another table and immediately interrupts, so we'll replay that point. It's 5-0. Gee, she is aggressive, isn't she? You don't believe that Isabel Lee can actually play this aggressive. In the singles, she chops mostly, 75% of the time, but here it's love 6. Indonesia have not come to the party at the moment. It's love 7. Wow. All the balloons and whistles are on Singapore's side. Love 7. And now love 8. Can't believe it. 8-0. Surely they're going to give, well, they never ever give a whitewash. They will give them a point in a moment, but it's difficult to do that, isn't it, when they don't find the table? It's 9. 9 love. Singapore will give them a point or two, I'm sure. And there's 1. Yes, well given away. 1-9. That is very much the style in table tennis. You don't allow your opponent to be absolutely whitewashed. You might give them another point. And it's very hard to give them the points, but it's 10-1. 1-10 now because it's with the Indonesians, but it's game points, and just look at them. 9 points in no time at all. 9 game points to Singapore, and there's one that possibly wasn't given away by Isabel, but it's 10-2. Game points aplenty to Singapore. And that's it. It's in no time. It's 11-2, and a real disappointment for Indonesia in this third matchup. It's the doubles, and if they lose this one, of course, they've lost the match. We have a little review here. Not a great deal to say about it, to be quite honest, because the Indonesians committed so many errors. Very, very difficult. The ball was hardly on the table here, and that was the giveaway from Tol Yihan. You give the opponent the point just to keep their reputation alive. It's 11-2 though. They will change ends. Vietnam and Laos, I probably saw in the background there, playing against each other on the adjacent table. We've also had Thailand and Myanmar playing in Group Y. Thailand won by 3-0 against Myanmar. Good start for them. Right, game 2. Come on, Indonesia. Let's see you come to the game here. Not like that. Novita again puts it wide. It's love 1. And this time 1-all. A mistake by Tol Yihan on the forehand. Isabel, she now switches to the forehand side with the serve. And another tentative shot there from Widya. 2-1. Yeah, good flat. That's a really good shot. Did you see the way that Tol Yihan got over that? It's beautifully played. Put pressure on. 1-3. There's a huge amount of variety in the attack, and again, same kind of shot from Tol Yihan. She flattened out. There was a little bit of top spin as well, and it couldn't be coped with. 1-4. Oh, and that's off the net and out. 1-5. But it's a great, great shot from Isabel Lee. You see her play that from the forehand. Super stuff. 5-1. Yeah, a little bit ambitious into the right corner there. Miss there from Tol Yihan. We haven't seen that many times. It's 2-5. 5-2. And that heavy topspin attack was a miss from Isabel. 3-5. And again, the serve went long, but that again from Novita, she can't control receiving, particularly from Isabel, finding it really tough to get the table. It's 3-6. Oh, that's a great shot. Dear, oh dear. Fabulous play from both sides, both girls. Tol Yihan put the first one in, great forehand, and then Isabel Lee followed it up. It's 7-3. And another mistake again on the backhand side from Novita. It's 8-3. It's all Singapore at the moment. And now it's 9-3, 3-9. Wow, Navita's had a nightmare. She had a great matchup against Yu Mengyu. She actually took the second game. And can you believe it? She's absolutely having a nightmare at the moment. 3-9, and there's another mistake. Wow, she just cannot find the table. Too much pressure. It's game points aplenty for Singapore. 3-10. This for the second game. Ah, that's better. That's much better. Good attack there from Widya Wuliansa. Good forehand. It's 10-4. Oh, and another success this time at last for Navita with that top spin. Forces the error long on the table. 10-5. And another mistake this time from Isabel. So they lost both those services from Zhou Yihan at 6-10. Surely it's not going to keep going that way. Widya with the serve. A nice good block. And that was again a wild shot, wild forehand from Navita. And that is 11-6, the second game to Singapore they've picked up, and they're well on their way now to success here. The opening team game for the women's in Singapore, and they are really, really, look at that, very, very flat. But I saw earlier in the rally, Zhou Yihan played a beautiful block and put real pressure on. This is... again, there you can see they're putting a little bit of side spin on it as well as the top. And forcing the errors all round. And I said before, Navita Oktaria has had a real nightmare of a match. Good heavy top and another heavy top, and that wins the point. Good play from Singapore girls. Side spin on that one, and again no control from Navita, and she has steps away, very embarrassed about that performance. 11-2, 11-6. Could be the last game coming up. We will see. Singapore playing well within themselves. And the ball coming to the Singapore girl, and it will be Isabel to serve. Oh, that was a heavy shot from Zhou Yihan. You wouldn't have enjoyed that. Love one. Oh, that's so annoying for Navita. She did well, picked up well the ball that came off the top of the net, and then failed with a much easier one. 1-1. Yep, and a little punch of the air, no wonder. From Widya, it's 2-1. They started this game, this third game, much, much better. A lot more confidence, and there, a bit of pressure from Navita. 3-1, 1-3. That one goes long for 2-3. Zhou Yihan again maintains a short serve. That was gone long from Isabel. 4-2. Navita will serve it. No excuse for that. There wasn't much spin on it. Just tried to be too quick, too hard, too forceful. 4-3. Well, it was a reasonable service, but Isabel couldn't control it at all. She looked very awkward playing that. 3-5. Yeah. It was a good response from Navita, but nicely played back. So Yihan combining well for 4-5 now. Isabel with the serve. Oh, no way that she could control. Widya Wuliansa was absolutely flummoxed by that. 5-all. Yeah, right on the top of the bat. There was no way that she could read the speed of the spin. We're going to get a timeout here. It's 2-love down, 5-6. And Indonesia have called a timeout once more. We haven't needed it for Singapore. They've been in control. There's a chance to have a little chat here, but they are doing really well. 11-2, 11-6 in the game so far, the match so far. And just have a little review. Yeah, that was a good strike there from Widya. And then just look at it sit up. Wow, that's really impressive, isn't it? Did you see the spin? It went high and it went to the left. You can't believe it went to the left, and that's what caused that shot to take the corner, of the side rather, of the racket, the bat. If you don't know where it's going to end up after the spin, it's very difficult to play the shot. Isabel Lee is the conjurer. So, we're back in play. It's 5-6, and now 7-5. 7-5. So Yihan. Yeah, and again into the body, and there's a little action on that spin that's deceiving. It's 8-5. Singapore really close to closing this one out at 9-5, 5-9 now. We've got a little rally going. Well, just as I open my mouth, silly boy. 7-8. We haven't seen many long rallies here. There's been lots of mistakes, lots of forced errors for some great play. Oh, well, that was a flat bat that just didn't quite work out there. 8-all. This is a good fight by the Indonesians. And then another error from Navita. She came forward to the net, just needed to tip over, and it failed. 9-8 Singapore. Isabel will serve. Oh yeah, that's great work from Isabel. She really put in a deep ball into the corner, and this is now not only game point, it's match point for Singapore, and this will actually give them the victory overall in the team event. And that is a really good fight back there by the Indonesian pair. 9-10, but still it's victory in sight here for Singapore. Again, the lob there from Isabel was no good. It put pressure on because it gave the opportunity for the Indonesians to get that point back to deuce at 10. So one serve either side now. So Yihan gets it in play. Oh, and Novita puts it into the net, and that's another real big error from the Indonesian girl. She won't be happy with her overall game plan, but a little strategy here. So Yihan talking to Isabel Lee as they receive again. It's now match point Singapore. And that's it. Novita puts it out, and Singapore have taken this doubles game. In fact, we won't be getting any more matches in this particular tie, because in this first matchup of the women's team table tennis competition in Group X, Singapore have beaten Indonesia by 3 matches, should I say, to love. The only loss of a game was Yu Meng Yu's against Novita. Novita there striking the ball, had a really good game against Meng Yu, but she did not play well in the doubles, and it's very difficult to understand why. But here we see the play in the final, and there you can see we'll have the graphic and the final score coming up in just a while inside this Wunatekti Indoor Stadium. There you go. Yu Meng Yu won it 3-1 against Novita. Isabel won 3-0 against Stella, and the doubles pairing, it was a really comprehensive victory there. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our coverage today in the lifebelt. Don't forget to enjoy us today at the Games at 11.